Hello, hello, hello to all of my Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you today with some information about your sun sign, Aries. Not your moon, rising, and Venus, but specifically your sun sign as it relates to tarot. And I'm going to use the tarot cards to give you a full breakdown of your sign, okay? So, in tarot, the card that is associated with the Aries is the Emperor card, okay? So you know how you can know several Aries, and this is also for my cross watchers as well. You know how you can know several Aries, but you know that there's like, they have basic characteristics, some of the things that I described. So let me share some of the characteristics with you about my Aries. Aries they have very strong leadership. They have amazing self-confidence. They have very positive energy. They're very brave. They're very creative. They're courageous. They're determined, confident, enthusiastic, optimistic, honest, and passionate, right? So that is those are the basic characteristics for my Aries. But there are some additions to some of those basic characteristics. So for the most part, with your sun sign, and the reason why a lot of people will ask you, so what's your sign, what's your sign, what's your sign, without asking about the moon, Venus rising, or what house this sign is in or anything like that, is because the sun is the most powerful planet. Now, we know that like in astrological terms, we refer to the sun as a planet, even though, like the moon, the sun is actually a luminary, okay? And so the sun gives life, it gives warmth, it gives energy, and it gives food. So it is really, really the most powerful part of your zodiac sign. So when people think about, oh, I know an Aries, and an Aries is like this, this, and this, they're explaining their experience with you. And so this is how others see you. Your sun sign is how other people see you, okay? So that's why I wanted to share this and like really break this down. It really delineates your general character. Really, that's what it delineates, your general character. So, but when you get into decans, what I want to explain to you about decans, so that you'll gain a greater understanding about why you could have 3 Aries and they seem to be different. Has nothing to do necessarily with male, female, but they just seem to be different, okay? So let's break down what decadence means, okay? First of all, decadence is an astrological term that subdivides your sun sign, because we're only talking about sun sign, right? So the astrological sign is divided into 3 parts, and each part is called a decadent or a decan. So if I say decan, decadent, they mean the same thing. I'm just using them interchangeably, okay, Aries? But it actually comes from the Greek word dekanoi, which means 10 days apart. And I'll explain to you what I mean in a few minutes. So let's imagine it this way. You take 3 Aries, you put them in a different room, 3 different rooms, divided by their birthdays. So you put 1 Aries in one room, you put another Aries in another room, you put another Aries in another room. They all have different birthdays, but their birthdays are separated by the decan. One is in the first decan, the second one is in the second decan, the third one is in the third decan. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Okay, so they all have the same basic characteristics like I just shared with you, and I'm going to share this again. They all have strong leadership, all amazing self-confidence, they're all positive energy, they're all very brave, they're all creative, they're all very confident, they're determined, they're all courageous, optimistic, honest, and passionate, right? So that's across the board for the Aries. And so, you know, that's what they have in common, the Aries. That's their basic characteristics, right? So what the decan does, and like I said, it breaks it up into 3 parts of the Aries. right? So let's say, for instance, so the first decan for Aries, your birthday is between March 21st and March 31st. See the 10 days span? Okay, so that's for the first decan. The key word for you, the Aries in the first decan, that Aries in that first room, let's visualize an Aries in the first room. They're in the first decan. Their birthday is between March 21st and through March 31st. Their key word would be inspiration, okay? Their planetary sub-ruler is Mars. So, each decadent for a specific has a specific ruling planet. So you'll hear me mention that when I'm referring to, when I'm reading tarot cards, okay, this card, this ruling planet is for this particular sign, right? And so Mars is the ruling planet for Aries, okay? But it's also for the first decadent. If your birthday is between March 21st through March 31st, it's also your sub-ruling planet, okay? And like I said, your key word is inspiration. So Mars is both your ruler and sub-ruler, Aries, in the first decadent, giving your personality extra force and impact. You are a dominant person and can sometimes be too aggressive. In an argument or clash of wills, you ride right over the opposition. You are impetuous and energetic, and you tend to throw yourself into activities with all your heart. A person of conviction, you will never take an action that you think is wrong. You are clear, incisive thinker, and can carry a plan to conclusion. Your best quality is your ability to inspire confidence in others. That is why the key word for you in the first decadence, Aries, is inspiration, because that is your best quality. You inspire confidence in others. At times, you tire yourself out because you don't know when to stop. You also tend to monopolize conversations. So if you know any Aries that's in that first decadence, then, and if that sounds like them, then that's why. Okay, because they have Mars as both their ruling planet as well as their sub-ruling planet. And remember when I say about sub-ruling planet, it doesn't usurp the overall authority of the ruling planet. It only enhances, or it adds to the distinct characteristics of the decadent. Okay, so the second decadence for the Aries is, the key word is innovation. Okay, those dates are from April 1st through April 10th. And so the sub-ruling planet for the second decadence for Aries is the Sun. The Sun is the decadent that adds power of the Aries Mars, which gives your character dignity, pride, and vitality. You have ardent and excitable love nature, and your sexual energy is very high. The Sun here indicates a great fondness for change. You are never content to take things as they come because you are ambitious and you go out and you try to put your mark on the world. Others tend to cluster around you, for you have a very magnetic personality. More than the other two decadents of Aries, you seek pleasure out of life. You have a taste for the expensive and can be quite imperious if you don't get what you want. A liking for too much good food is one of your downfalls. Okay? So you see what I mean here by you have these wonderful character traits across the board. But here are these little nuances that separate the Aries in the first room, Aries in the second room, Aries in the third room. Okay, so for the third decadence for the Aries, or decan, remember I said using interchangeably. So the third decadence for the Aries is from April 11th. If your birthday is between April the 11th through April 19th, your keyword is foresight. Your planetary sub-ruler, remember your ruling planet is Mars, but your sub-ruling planet is Jupiter. So the expansion qualities of Jupiter combine with Aries Mars to give you a wide or lofty outlook, a love of ambitious ideas and of travel. You resent restriction of any kind and prize your personal freedom. For you, the perfect life is to be successful doing something creative, where you are in charge and call the shots. Call all the shots, that is. Your sense of adventure often takes you far from home. You like to find out new information, to explore different fields of knowledge. The occult interests you. You are shrewd and clever in business matters and may possess an insight and sixth sense about other people. There is a warm-hearted geniality about you that allows you to make friends easily. At times, you can be too extravagant with money. Okay, Aries, so when we're talking about, again, when we talk about decadence or decon, we're talking about those 3 separate decans, but the overall energy is what I explained before, what I shared with you before with the characteristics, which I'm going to go through one more time, which is you have strong leadership, you have an amazing self-confidence, positive energy, you're very brave, you're creative, you're courageous, you're determined, you're confident, you're very optimistic, you're honest, and you are passionate. Now, let's talk about the Emperor card in Tarot, okay? So the meaning of this card, and the Emperor is the 4th trump card, and it's also a major arcana card in the traditional tarot deck. It's like a little tongue twister. This card is just suggestive of stability and security in life. You are on top of things and everything is under your control. It is your hard work, discipline, self-control that have brought you this far. It means that you're in charge of your life, now setting up your own rules and boundaries. So there's some pretty great things about the Aries. Like I said, once you know a person's sun sign and you know their birthday, you can pretty much kind of guess some of the characteristics. Like I said, the basic characteristics are going to be the same, but then there's some little enhancements there depending on when their birthday is. But again, this has been Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a special decon breakdown for my Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.